And you know, I think Brett, I know Brett is on board for it. We do the same thing when it comes to light rail transportation. Let's get the public involved. Let's let you hear about light rail only, possibility of maglev, which John Moss is a big supporter of. I was in the paper saying maybe we should do nothing because it may not work. Public transportation may not work, but ultimately you have the right to know before we make a decision how much it's going to cost you, and you know, and I'm going to be pushing for that.
I don't see that coming out. I haven't in the past.
Well,
You know, if it comes about your taxes to just to fund the light rail, you're going to go up some percentage or however. So I think a lot of people
I can promise you.
Ideas have no idea what it's going to
Right. I think we're going to be working in that direction.
Last final question, then we got everybody out of time.
Question. You go on to all of these statements about money and everything. What about people? What about the children? A girl with a piece of a razor taken away from a kid to keep him from injuring himself. A school kid disciplined for using a airsoft gun on his own property. A kid brutalized for telling an ugly teacher she looked good. And on Wednesday at 9:30, a kid stormed out of the First Colonial High School office and said, "I've got a shotgun in my car," and the resource officer and not a single person did a thing. Do you know anything about those?
I know a lot about each and every one of them, and all I'm going to tell you about student discipline is what you read in the newspapers is the version that the parent has decided that they're going to share.
But doesn't Edwards have some role? I mean, he claims up, the school superintendent claims up, they act like a bunch of idiots.
Student discipline matters, and student privacy is protected by federal law.
But issues aren't.
Understood. Student discipline
There's a
matters.
difference.
I can't begin to share with you the backstories on some of these items that are presented on these.
That's your excuse to cover them up, I believe.
No.
Bill, come on.
No, that's just not fair.
Okay, give me an excuse.
I'm not going to give you an excuse. What I'm going to share with you is that we have a process in which there are adequate and ample appeal opportunities to understand what the issues were related to the particular circumstance. What we read in the newspaper, I can assure you, having sat in discipline committee hearings, is one version of one story that somebody wants to share.
Is there any reason that the true version can't get out other than to cover up the individual rather than the issues?
Student privacy laws, unless a parent signs a waiver that allows the school board to discuss the circumstances of that particular discipline issue, there's only one story that's allowed to be told. That's it.
Isn't that wonderful concept?
You know, it's not a concept that I set in place. It's not my concept.
Would you be punished if you were to violate it?
Absolutely.
By whom? State or federal?
Probably everybody lined up.
All right, everybody, thank you very much. Listen, next month's meeting is going to actually be on the